Good evening, everybody. We are back to Late Night on Campus, and we are live Monday, July 17th, 2017. I am the Big Man on Campus, your host here, as always, joined by my co-host, Donnie Rightside. Donnie, we haven't been on since Saturday, and we do want to, again, thank everyone for the fantastic participation on Saturday. I think, Donnie, it was one of the most receptive shows I think we've ever seen at SBR. I mean, I've been watching SBR videos for a long time, and I guess I'm not exactly sure that we've had that many likes on one video.
No, it was a lot of fun to do. I mean, the show was smooth, in the groove. A lot of people were out there giving away free trips. Everybody was in on it, so it was definitely a lot of fun. The more that chat box lights up, the more people that are involved in the show, Jeff, the better it gets for us. So, I mean, it's that simple, basically.
Yeah, it makes it really fun and allows us to kind of really be in our element when we're doing shows like that, and really just overall fun time. But Donnie, how was your weekend?
Weekend was pretty good. Some sun, some fun, hit the pool, cookouts. My normal weekend schedule there. How about yours, man?
Good weekend as always. It's a summer weekend. I was unfortunately, Donnie, went to that Big Three yesterday, and Allen Iverson didn't even play, which was definitely a big knock to a lot of us that went down there. People were leaving. I saw actually when he was announced that he wasn't going, I saw people leave.
Yeah, they sort of did it wrong. There was 4 games down there last night. They put AI's game last. He didn't even play in the game. So, I mean, how are you going to do that to your hometown, Jeff? Come on, man.
Yeah, it's a really weak move by him. At least play 5 minutes, which he hadn't played much in this tournament as it is. But, I mean, at least give us something. Brutal.
Yeah. Now, if anybody's out there is watching, I'm just trying to sweat this last. Reason why I'm quiet, I didn't open the show. Just trying to sweat this last out down here in Baltimore. 2 on, 2 out. Top of the 9th inning. Just need 1 more out, a 1-1 count with Brad Brock on the mound. So I'm just sitting here in the groove, waiting in the sweatshop right now.
Donnie Wright can't seemingly do anything.
I think we got a pop up. Hold on.
Yeah, they won. They already won.
Cash it, baby. Cash it.
I was ahead of you there, pal. But there we go, a winner. So, Donnie, get back to the hosting duties, will you?
I will get back to the hosting duties. Baseball is on tap today, but Jeff, before we get to baseball, we got 2 things to work out. I'm going to let you work on the first one. It's about a great sports book out there. I can't quite remember the name. Can you help me out on this lead-in?
Yeah, betonline.ag or betonline.com, one of the best books in the business, Donnie. And football is – Donnie, about a month and 10 days away if you're a college football fan. And it means that you need to go out and get some more books. If you only have 1 book nowadays, you probably should add to your arsenal. It's probably a better idea. There's going to be differences in lines. You want to make sure you're going out and getting the best lines. And BetOnline is one of the best books in the business. Very good bonus options right now. A very good book in general, a book that I use personally. I know a lot of our listeners use. Head on over to BetOnline. And get that book because when football season comes around, you don't want to be that guy that loses on a half point or has a local and they give you bad lines. Go to one of the best, BetOnline, because you can.
Because you can. And second off here, if you haven't known or heard or seen anything yet from this, the IFBC.live, check it out online. August 4th, August 5th. Heading down to Costa Rica. I'll be flying in on Thursday, flying out on Sunday. Sun, fun, cigars, cocktails. Some of the best and brightest in the business will be down there. I know SBR has been giving away a lot of free trips, still doing so. So if you haven't caught up, haven't got a flight down there, there's still time. Grab your passport. I'm sure SBR can take care of the rest. Hotel, transportation from the airport, as well as free lunch, free breakfast, and again, free seminar. It's going to be a great time down there. Get some sun, get some fun, get some gambling. And keep in mind, again, in Costa Rica, folks, you're going to be staying in a hotel where you can probably walk, what, Jeff, 200 feet and place a wager on sports gambling and then go into the casino, play some blackjack, play some poker, slot machines. It's all right there for you.
It's going to be like going to your friendly statewide casino, but other than those, you can't bet on them. You can't bet at them. You can go to this book, you can go to the bet box, you can bet on sports. So it's a pretty cool option as well. Welcome to everyone out there. Bobby, Lauren, Chris, Robinson, Yepes, Joe Everett, Matt, or Kyle Honeyston, everyone out there listening, we appreciate it. If you're interested in calling in, you can call in anytime. Hit us on the Late Night on Campus chat line, 717-220-3358. We'd love to hear from you again. Make sure your calls are relevant. Don't be calling in and asking us about what we thought about Donald Trump or what we think about your neighborhood milkman. We don't care. Calling about sports, calling about the show. That's what we want to hear from. But Donnie, let's talk a little baseball.
Yeah, let's get into it. Now, I preface this by saying the early game today. You know me and the way I cap, Jeff. Not all one-sided. Like, I like to look at numbers. I like to look at who's hot, what pitchers are hot. But sometimes those lines out there just creep up on you, and you say, you know what? This looks a little bit too good to be true. But as sometimes with these false flags, they don't always work out. Case in point this afternoon, Jeff. Looking at the Washington Nationals-Reds game, you had everything that you wanted. The whole world on Strasburg on the road. They already won 3 games. It's an early day getaway game for Washington. And I'm saying to myself, you know what, Jeff? I think this might be a really good spot to take the Reds. And I thought about it for 5 minutes. And it wasn't even anything about, I know you can't tell from past performance a lot of time what's going to happen in the future. But looking at the 3 games that the Reds put out there, and I was on a few of those, where they just got eviscerated and literally, Jeff, had no chance. And I said, you know what? I'm going to pass on this one. I think there's a lot better shots out later on tonight. Whew. How about that one, Jeff?
Yeah, Scott Feldman got crushed in this game. I tweeted about it earlier. It was pretty pathetic. And I'll say this, if you had the under or the over in this game, kind of a bad beat. I mean, you get 6 runs in 2 innings, and you're kind of right on your way. But this one stays right at 7, and that was about it. But, yeah, Scott Feldman was out in the first inning in this game. I think the thing about Washington that you really couldn't bet against him today. It's not like anyone sat out. I mean, Harper was in there, Murphy was in there, Zimmerman was in there, and Strasburg was on the toe in the rubber. I did actually bet this game, Donnie. I took the first 5 minus a half with Strasburg. I thought it was at minus. I mean, I was getting almost even money on that. I mean, it was pretty unbelievable. So yeah, it was a tough day for Feldman and a continued tough day. Remember when the Reds, Donnie, were really playing good baseball? That seemed
and a good hit ball club. Yep, it could hit anybody. Yep, absolutely.
That fell from the wayside, which I don't think anyone's surprised by. But a nice job today if you had the Washington Nationals little matinee magic for you. Yeah,
Jeff, we've all been there before with the totals and hitting those. What was it? What did it close at today? Let me see what some of the final lines in there. Basically, you actually could have opened up at 9. Looks like closed about 9.5, maybe double juice at 9 if you got it somewhere. You have 1 out, Jeff, in the top of the first inning. Got 5 runs already across the board. Yeah. You're looking at a bullpen game from the Reds where nobody's going to care, and you're just looking to get out of there. And it doesn't go over. And we've all been there. And it's one of those games, Jeff, where I turned on a little bit late. And the thing, it was happening so fast, I actually thought they were showing highlights from like the earlier games in the series, but it wasn't. 5-0 right off the bat. I know you texted me right away saying you had a little side play there on the Nationals, first half. Basically, when you see the 5-0, you make the joke like, why didn't I have more on there? I wish we could all go back and do that, right?
Yeah, it was pretty easy early on. I mean, it really kind of figured and went like you thought it would.
Yep. Absolutely. Keep it moving down the list here for us, Jeff. One other game final, which is the one that we just watched on there live. Thank you, Jesus. Tillman pitches a great game versus Cashner. 3-1 final. Baltimore's bullpen shuts it down after Tillman goes. I believe Tillman went maybe 6 innings in that game, Jeff. Yeoman's work effort. Looks like he didn't have it early, a couple walks, but worked out of some jams. And Jeff, we talked earlier when I took this game, just taking the overall price with Baltimore at home, how low they've fallen. I mean, what was the final number I actually had on that game? -112 is what I got. I think I had a little bit higher on my book at -114 by the time I got it in. But just taking a look at that game overall, Texas, where are your bats at on the road sometimes, man? Crazy.
Oh, yeah, this team's terrible on the road. They can't hit. They're one of the worst offensive teams on the road in the major leagues. They're hard to back, and Cashner is definitely always hard to back as well. I didn't hate this line. I mean, again, it made sense to me. Baltimore's not playing well. They are better at home, but I didn't have anything on this. Props to you for seeing an edge here. I didn't really see one, but
yeah, had to ride with it a little bit. Not very many public on there, Jeff. About 30% on that line, but I just thought I saw a little bit of value in that game. And even Jeff, getting closer to the game, the steam was actually hitting Texas, and I believe pushed Texas almost into a pick 'em from that teams -115 range.
I will say this to any listener out there: when you see Texas on the road, unders are a pretty good bet a lot of the time. I mean, their numbers are usually 9 or 9.5. It seems like, and they don't ever seem to get anywhere close. I had the under yesterday in that Kansas City game, a premium play. They're just really bad offensively on the road. And when you have – I mean, Donnie, Cole Hamels, I don't know if anyone knows, has thrown like 20 straight scoreless innings.
Amazing.
Cole Hamels has been one of the better pitchers over the last couple weeks in the major league. So, when you're getting the Rangers on the road, I mean, especially when you're facing a team like Baltimore that's really struggled to hit as well. I definitely missed the under in this game.
No, you're right about that. I had Kansas City on. I actually had that game with Danny Duffy. Was fantastic. And you get to the ninth inning, you're the home team with the Royals. You're looking to pull that game out, and they just couldn't get the clutch hit. And in that situation, again, you know me, Jeff, love the sacrifice bunt. It actually worked against me in that game because Texas used the sacrifice bunt, and I believe it was the catcher. What's slipping my mind right now? Lucroy drove in the winning run there off of a sac bunt. So worked against me. And again, the ninth inning, Jeff, I still had a chance. I believe it was first and second with one out in that game. And a ground ball double play to end the game, so I wasn't able to pull that out on a short line. Yeah. But no, Cole Hamler's been great.
I was watching that game live when Shin-Soo Choo muffed that ball in right field or wherever it was. I'm watching. I'm thinking that sun is heavy out there, and then it just bounced right off his glove. I was loving that because the last thing I had gotten over Saturday night, Donnie, as you know. I got kind of a couple bad beats on pushes that should have been wins and
walk-off home runs. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Similar situation last night, and luckily that bounced off his glove. We get a walk-off winner, so the game stays under. So Texas unders if you're in there.
You know what's funny about that too? You talk about getting some bad beats on the totals and the overs. I mean, sometimes you just sit back and say, Miggy's up and he hits one, 440 feet. You say, that's a Hall of Fame hitter right there. But Jeff, you got beat by Crash Davis in Oakland on, I believe, either a 1 or 2 strike pitch, goffed opposite field wall scraper for a 2-run blast. And then you have the San Diego game, which I was actually on as a dog in that game. I enjoyed the win, but you had a guy batting 143. And you might have thought he was, Hank Aaron up there with like a 450-foot blast off of the warehouse. Amazing.
Yeah, it was a tough beat. I mean, it really was. I mean, Oakland, the team that, you face Kluber, you're thinking, they scored 2-3 runs tops with that bullpen. It sucks. But what are you going to do? I guess it's better than losing, right?
Better than losing. I know you bounced back really well on because I had a losing day on Saturday, bounced back with a winner on Sunday. You had a nice Sunday as well, so it all worked out.
You don't want to be greedy, though, but when you're 3-0-2, you should have been 5-0. It definitely sucks for sure. Other games, Donnie, in progress. Pittsburgh up 3-2, and Milwaukee really fumbled this one away. They had looked good early. Pirates answer with a couple in the 5th. Milwaukee had a chance in the 7th. They had bases loaded, couldn't get a run in. Milwaukee, a team that's playing well. They're going to lose at some point. And tonight, Shooter was pretty good. They just can't score runs tonight, kind of.
Yeah, no, it's watching Milwaukee. Yesterday, Phillies pulled out a nice win over Milwaukee. Nick Williams with a grand slam home run, so they didn't get swept out of that series. But they're always tough. And you look at that game again, it's Chad Kuhl on the mound. I mean, you're throwing a really nice lineup at Chad Kuhl, and Milwaukee can't hit him. So, I mean, it's baseball. It's variance. It's going to happen. You're not always going to get what you exactly think is going to happen. But 4-2 in that game with an over-under, I believe that closed at 9.5 across the board. Looks like that's probably going to stay under at 4-2. But, again, this Suter guy's pitched really well in some spot starts here the past couple weeks.
Yeah, and I'll tell you what, Kuhl has really settled in as well. He's started to pitch better over his last 5 or 6 starts. So, good for him. And the Pirates need that, to pair kind of along with Taillon and with Garrett Cole. But, yeah, he's pitched a lot better. Phillies and Miami in a wild game down in South Florida. Donnie Rightside 5-5 in the 9th. Phillies do have a base runner with no outs in the 9th. 2 home runs from Stanton, a big Bour home run. And I got to tell you, a great catch. I don't know who it was. I think it was Nick Williams out in center field. A great catch to rob Stanton of his 3rd home run. It probably wasn't a home run. Probably was more like a double or triple, but very good catch. Almost runs into Odubel Herrera. I don't know if you saw that. Very good.
I did not. Yeah, I haven't watched any of the fighting Phils tonight, and that's why they probably have 5 runs tonight.
It was a great catch. I mean, really kind of got on his horse and almost actually did run into to Odubel Herrera, but still made the catch. But a wild one there. We'll keep abreast of that situation. Had to expect those 2 pitchers would have some trouble tonight. Tom Kohler's laying 150 plus. Never a good idea. And Jared Eichhoff is Jared Eichhoff, which we all know.
Yeah, but a lot of people will tell you, though, like Kohler, 2 years ago, had great starts against the Phillies, so that would naturally translate over tonight. But the one thing I look at with the Phillies, Jeff, is there is some value on the Phillies, obviously. They're going to win, 1 out of every 3 games at its worst, usually, or get swept every once in a while. I get that. But when you say, you're capping a game. You got Brock Stassi in the lineup. You got Camp. Like, you just see the guys at like 140, and you're saying, like, how can you even back a team like this? And you say, if you just take the Phillies, you're looking just for some hope and some luck. It's a terrible lineup, 1 through 8. And again, they got 5 runs tonight, and that's why again they're priced, minus 150 with Tom Kohler on the mound. It's hard.
But this is the hypocrisy of the Phillies. They bring up guys like Brock Stassi, but
because he's a feel good story. He's not going to cost us any dollars down the line. Yeah, that really translates into win.
And we know we're going to be bad when he comes up anyway, and he's not going to make us any better. Yet guys like Scott Kingery sit down in AAA. Very hypocrisy.
And they're talking about Jeff like, oh, he's not even going to come up the rest of the season. You know what I mean? Like we're going to hold him down, get him some more at bats in there. But you bring up Cam Perkins, who's hitting like 140, which is like 3 for 30 or whatever the hell he's hitting at the plate. Who knows?
Right. Amazing. If you're interested in calling in, make it happen. 717-220-3358. We'd love to hear from you. Bad beats. You're irate. You don't like me. You want to talk shit. Do whatever. Call in at any time. Donnie, the Cardinals have opened it up against the New York Mets. We're going to the bottom of the ninth. I need another run. I'm pushing.
Yeah, you had a shot. You should have had it right there, man. Did you see that ball tip off the pitcher's glove, man? Come on. Yeah. Dang. We'll root that one in solo glass, right? That's all we need, solo.
Yeah, I'll be honest. I'm happy that I'm even in this position. This game to the 5th inning was 1-0. So the fact that I'm actually pushing this game, I've had a lot of pushes, Donnie. It's been pretty amazing. I've had over the last 5 plays, I'll probably have 3 pushes.
It's funny because it's interesting in this one because you say like you get a little bit lucky. What'd you get, like 7 runs in like the 6th inning, something like that?
8 runs in the 6th inning, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. So then you need 1 more, and you're like, oh, my God, each team's got 3 more at-bats. We're into the bullpen. Somebody's going to score 1, and then you always wind up with something like this. That's the thing about baseball, which is so interesting. There's no clock on the game. So there's no real, nobody's ever going to run out the clock. You have to play every out, and nobody's going to hurry to get up off the field because, number one, you get paid based on your statistics. So the Mets aren't going to go, or the Cardinals aren't going to go up there and just like, hey, just swing at every pitch and just hurry up and let's get out of here. That's what makes it so tough, to get an over-under, an over or an under in that situation. But, hey, that's baseball,
Yeah, I mean, we do have a pinch hitter coming up in the top of the lineup, so we'll see what happens. Maybe we can get a late surge here from the from the Mets. Now, the Cardinals blow every other 9th inning. I'm sure they'll be 1, 2, 3 though tonight. When I need them to do something bad, they won't.
Yeah, 9 pitches. Yep.
Right. A quick 10 pitch outing from O, who was benched yesterday. Basically, Toronto has a 4-3 lead on the Boston Red Sox. They gave up a 3-0 lead.
Yeah.
Donnie Rightside Stroman and the bullpen folded up, and they came back though in the bottom of the 8th or the top of the 8th and got one right back, 4-3. I do have the under in this game. I took the under, little small play here.
What'd you get, 9.5? What'd you have?
I have 9.5, minus 125. Okay. So I'm feeling decent about it. Hopefully, at worst, it gets to 9. But I like that 9.5 number, Donnie, especially with, 2 pretty good pitchers, particularly Stroman, a good bullpen with Boston. I'll tell you what, Donnie, I've been betting a lot of unders lately. Obviously tonight I've been over, but I think these numbers are getting a little bit too high for baseball. I mean, you're putting out a pitcher like a Stroman and a Rodriguez who could throw hard, good bullpen in Boston.
Yeah, and again, it's not a Boston lineup that we know doesn't hit for power, so you're going against a really good pitcher. And then number 2, you have the Toronto Blue Jays, which, sometimes get stymied by lefties. And despite that first inning in the solo home run, kid pitched really well for Boston tonight.
Plus, Boston has not been hitting. I mean, they just haven't. I mean, they've been. I know they did last night, but they've really kind of just been average offensively lately. BMOC and Donnie, if SBR has a program schedule, it'd be great. Maybe they do, but I don't think so. I don't know if it's 8 or 8:30 Colorado team per evening. Yeah,
that's actually a good. That's actually something that we could probably take management in that.
I will say this. I mean, the shows are always at the same time. I'm not really sure why we need.
Wouldn't it be nice though if you went onto the website? You just went to Sportsbook Review, and on the left-hand side it just said shows lined up for day, right side of campus, this time and that time. I actually think that's not a bad idea.
No, listen, I don't think it's a bad idea. I just don't think that. I mean, we only have SportsBit is fairly. It's not always a set time. Peter's at 10:30 and we're at 12:30 and 10. So I hear you though. I mean, I'll definitely make Zach aware of that, and we'll see if that can be done. Maybe it can be tweeted out every night or something. I'm honestly not even sure who Vitalis is. I come around here every once in a while. Well, John, thanks for listening. We appreciate it. John Barone. John Barone checking.
Yeah, people checking in here, trying to get some stuff done here. Robinson says, why don't we do a Phillies broadcast from down in Costa Rica? I don't know, maybe we get 3 viewers. Me, Robinson, and Jeff will be the only viewers of that, but we could try it out.
All right, we got a first base runner. Donnie Grandy Candy gets on. No outs, 1 out, 1 brand on.
Best part about that, Jeff, is now you're cheering for the defensive indifference right here, which you're probably going to get, which is great.
And you got
one for the good guys, right? Let's see it happen here for you.
You got a pretty fast guy here, so we'll take our shots. I'm not going to watch it, though. Next game, Cubs and Atlanta. I didn't have any interest in this game. Don't really like John Lester right now. I mean, he's off of a horrible outing. And Tehran, Donnie, surprising, Tehran pitches very well tonight so far.
At home?
Home. I think many people thought over here with 2 starters that have gotten hurt a little bit. But
he's a tough guy, though, for me, Jeff. Like, capping-wise, John Lester, because, number one, I don't like to back John Lester just because if you're going to allow base runners and just uncheck them, which, again, nobody runs, which is still baffling in my eyes. It's almost like reverse psychology that uses going, I'm never going to throw over there, but once every 5 years I might, so nobody can steal on the guy. But John Lester's one of those guys I very rarely cap just because I don't understand the concept of him on the mound.
Yeah, no, he does have struggles throwing over to first base. That's always been a problem for him. Minnesota up 2-1 on the Yankees. However, Chase Headley just doubled. He actually does something right for once. And the Yankees are threatening.
Yeah, we'll Jeff. I got to give it up for that kid, man. He's had some nice starts, man.
No, he has. He's been one of their better pitchers. I mean, obviously to go along with Berrios and Irvin Santana. Irvin Santana has obviously been probably their best pitcher, but he's come out and pitched very well for them. By the way, Donnie, tomorrow Bartolo Colon takes him out for the Minnesota Twins, and Colon's back in the AL, which I got to tell you, that does not seem to fit.
But Jeff, I mean, he's well rested in this one. Probably got some good food in him. We'll see what happens.
Yankees tied up. There we go, 2-2. Little Garrett Cooper double, Donnie.
Yeah, let the young kids play, man. Let the young kids get out there and play.
Donnie, pitching right now, to no one's surprise, gives up the lead. So there you go. I agree. Let the young kids play. That's a great point. Brett Cecil's in, Donnie, for the Cardinals. That's good news, I would think, for the
Jeff. We are cheering for defensive. Here's how it's going to go for us, Jeff. Defensive indifference. Conforto flies out the right field, moves over to third base. Then everybody's going to be back in the infield. They don't give a damn. Maybe a slow grounder to shortstop. Granderson walks home. Everybody goes home happy, right?
I hear you. That'd be absolutely great, wouldn't it? We can only hope. We can only hope it's so easy. Or just Conforto hits a home run here. That'd be great.
Just end it, yeah. Or put one in the gap. Here's my favorite, Jeff. Since you have to score 3 runs to win the game, like Conforto will double down the line, and Granderson could score easily, but they don't want to risk it, and they hold him at third. Those are my favorite.
Or he'll hit a double play here.
Same thing with tonight's game, Jeff. I have the Detroit Tigers on a strictly public fade where the line was running in reverse, and it just looked too good to be true. And right now it's 7-0 Detroit. Hopefully that bullpen can hang on. But sometimes when you see it, even in the first inning, Jeff, a leadoff double by Ian Kinsler. Very next batter comes up to the plate. I believe it was Castellanos, singles. But nobody's out. So they don't even round Kinsler from third. Next thing you know, there's 2 outs and the base is loaded because they said, we're going to score you easily. Let's not risk anything right here. I always can't stand that logic, man. Unless it's the 9th inning and you're down 1 and you're saying, whoa. Because I've been beat on that as well, where you just round the guy at third for no reason. That's the only time I don't agree when it's on the line. But any other time, come on, man, round the guy.
How much do these managers make to make stupid decisions constantly on a daily basis and sit in the dugout and eat beef jerky and sun fuzzings? I agree. It's not a difficult job to be a manager in baseball.
I mean, what's the hardest or not the hardest, the easiest job out there in sports as a manager? It would be a baseball manager, wouldn't it? What are you doing? Especially, let's even carve it down, Jeff, an American League manager. You don't even have to do double switches.
No, I agree. It's one of the easier positions. I mean, you really just move guys around, and you really don't have a large group to choose from either. I mean, you go with lefty righty, that kind of stuff. It's not rocket science. It doesn't take a lot to do, and there's so many games. It's like if you lose 8 in a row, who cares? I agree. I think it's really easy. As far as did we give a trip away? No, we have not. We gave one out on Saturday, but we have not given out one
50 Cent, we got to give one away. Hey, what?
Yeah, we'll maybe have to do that. As far as the buffering, I guess it's on some people's computers. Might just have to reload. Unfortunately, Donnie, I think I'm trying to remember who asked me about it before, but I think it might have been Ryan when I did my podcast. He asked me, like, what's one thing about the business doing podcasts that you hate? People say stuff about technical stuff in the middle of the show. Like I could do anything about it, No,
I mean, I guess they're just trying to give you a heads up, like, hey, there's no video on here, which most of the time we know if there's something really going wrong. But I do appreciate it. Like sometimes I don't know. Like, let's just say if you were doing your own podcast or I had to jump off or just you carrying the show and you didn't know your mic was going out. So I see when people look, they're just looking out for us. That's all.
Conforto with a
rope too, Jeff.
I guess Granderson's just going to stand on first. I mean, I guess he doesn't really.
Yeah, no. Grant, he's like halfway down the line. Like it matters if he scores. Yeah, exactly.
And I'm sure the Cardinals are holding him on too.
Yeah, what's the point here? Like Granderson, like they're not even going to throw to second base. What's the point here? Come on, man.
I don't know. Houston has tied it up. They were down 5-2, and the Seattle bullpen is crumbling like a stripper in church. It has not worked out for this group. They've had trouble all year keeping leads. And Houston offensively, Donnie, I'll tell you what, overs in their games look pretty good every single night.
No, we've talked about it time and time again. I mean, it doesn't matter what it's just almost a matter, Jeff, what Houston wants to do at the plate. They're 1 through 8. I always say I like Springer in the lineup. I like Altuve in the lineup. I like Correa in the lineup. And they can just mix and match the other 6 spots. And it seems like everybody hits on that team. Everybody.
Marlins.
There you go, Jeff. There you go, Jeff. Get him the third. You going the third? Yeah, there we go. All right. Randy, good base running for you, baby. There you go.
You got first and third, 1 out.
Now here is defensive indifference. Here's where it is. You run the second because you want to stay out of the double play.
Right, and if you get a base hit, you're down 1. Right.
Yes, and they don't care about the guy on second base. They don't even care about it. It's only the guy on first. Let's go now.
Interesting development down in Miami, Donnie. First and third, 1 out. Miami looking to win the game. And there's a guy in the game for the Phillies named Ricardo Pinto, who I've never heard of, but some random Latino reliever that they brought up from God knows where. D. Gordon up.
Actually, my God. Get this out, baby. Come on, Toronto. Come on. That's a cash winner. There we go. That's 2-0 tonight, baby. Woo.
But as far as that's concerned, Marlins are threatening here, and no one's surprised by it. Where are we at here? Yep, Lauren, we're aware. We're watching it. Thank you. These fucking Indians better win tonight. I don't want the Tigers to get themselves thinking to stand pat at the deadline. Yeah, that's always hate. You always hate that when you're a fan of a bad team, These idiots going to think that they can compete or whatever. Just, come on, Cespedes. Just don't fucking hit into a double play, dude.
That's what I love about live. I love this about live stuff. Come on.
But I'm not watching it, Donnie. Jeff, I'm not watching.
I'm watching. Why are they not taking second base at all? Jeff, Granderson scores already. The game, you already have it. If Granderson walks to second base, you already have this game won.
And that's why I'm so sick that it's going to lose because
no, it's not. Can't lose.
Dumbasses. Yeah, you can. You can hit into a double play. Cespedes is fairly fast, though, I guess, isn't he?
This is what I love. This is the part I like right here. Like you have
Detroit up 7-0. We won't talk much about this game.
No,
Jordan Zimmerman was very good in this game, and Jason Vargas was not. Jason Vargas will regress. His xFIP is high, and many of those sabermetric people will tell you that is a key look into.
He got blasted early too. Like he was on the ropes right from the jump, man. Double by Kinsler right off the bat, and it was all over from there. It looks like. Come on, Jeff. We just did 3. See, this is what I don't even like this. It's a 3-0 count, so they won't walk him on purpose. But why aren't you on second base already? I can't understand this, Jeff.
All right. Here's what's going to happen. First person to call us on the chat line is going to get a trip.
Oh my God.
Did you hear that?
Yeah.
What happened?
They didn't take second base, so therefore you just pushed your game.
Double play?
Yeah, double play ball. When it never should have even been in question. The guy should have been standing on second base. Runner would have scored.
I didn't.
That's awful.
That's fine.
Hey. It's typical. Oh well, we move on. By the way, you're saying that we're going to give away a trip right here on this show.
But hey, I'm a shitty capper because I can't cap the right way when I lose. That's my fault. That I didn't take second. So when I lose, this is the shit I get.
I don't understand. I don't understand. Yeah, that's just it's just baffling because every other game you get it.
That's an inept manager, Donnie. I mean, that's an inept manager. That's what you get. So yeah, whatever. I mean, it is what it is. First person to call to the contest line not the contest line, the hotline 717-220-3358. You calling right now? We'll get you in. You want to do that, Donnie?
Plane trip too? Free plane?
You would have to ask Cynthia. Cynthia, what are the rules?
750 credit down there?
What are the rules here?
Yeah, let's let her chime in before this just gets popping.
Let's get the rules here. That way we know what we're doing. If she's still on here, I don't even know if she's still on here.
She's got to be still on here. We're going to give away something. We'll wait on that.
But again, you have a minute or less. Call in right now. Call in right now. You're going to get something. So if you call in and you're the first person to call and you actually can come, call in right now. You will win. Very good. Zach said free flight and hotel. There we go. I don't need your reasons why you can't go. I need people who can go. Call in right now. 717-220-3358, Donnie. Right now.
We're waiting by. This is like a telethon here, right?
Call so right Jack now. Ryan. Jack Ryan's out there. Jack Ryan wants to come. So Jack, call in.
Let's go, baby. Hotel, airfare.
You got 45 seconds to call. You don't call, you don't win. So we're gonna have to come up with something else.
Yeah, hey Jeff, I'll take the trip. I'll take the trip myself.
All right, here we go. We got someone calling. Let's see who this is.
Ooh.
We got someone. We might have a winner here.
We got a fish on the hook.
If their phone works, we'll see.
Oh man, you're not callers. You got to be caller. You got to be caller 99, Jeff.
Who's the 586 number that just called in? If you're a 586 number,
New Mexico, where the hell's that at?
I have no idea, honestly. Who's the 586 number? Calling again.
Passport. You got a passport. You're flying down. You're having cigars with me, big man. Cynthia's down there. Zach's down there. Pete, you're gonna meet Pete down there. I mean, come on.
Yo, hello. Who's this?
Hey, what's going on? What's up, big man? This is Uno Dos.
Uno Dos is calling in. Uno, you're our first person to call in, and tell me you have a passport and you want to come to Costa Rica. Is that something you want to do?
Actually, I would love to. I do got my passport.
You're in if you want. If you want to come, you're in.
Sign me up. I'm down.
All right, very good. Uno Dos. All you have to do. Do you have Twitter, Uno Dos?
Yes, but I rarely use it, so I'm not even sure what my name is.
All right, well, listen. What I'm going to do, I'm going to put my email in the chat box. What I want you to do is email me when you see that, okay?
Awesome, I got you. And I just want to tell you guys, I love the show. I've been watching Sportsbook for like 3 years now, so I love what y'all doing for everybody out there in the chat box.
Well, thank you, my friend. That's nice of you. We appreciate you calling in.
Costa Rica, my man. Come on.
I mean, Donnie, that's beautiful, isn't it? He calls in, he gets a trip to Costa Rica absolutely free.
Yeah.
Uno Dos, please just tell us something. Tell us who did this for you.
Oh, big man on campus, you know.
My man. All right, my friend, I'm gonna put the the email in the chat box, and get in touch with me, okay?
Awesome. I look forward to meeting you guys. Can't wait to link up with you down there.
My man, Thank you, buddy.
Man. Yes.
Hey, thank you. Take it easy.
Sure, buddy. Great guy, Donnie, sounds like.
Fantastic.
And, it's the first time I've ever been able to give something away, and I feel pretty good about it. I'll tell you that.
Yeah, absolutely.
How about that, Donnie? A great listener who loves the show, stays behind the headlines, he doesn't get involved. He calls in and gets a free trip. How about that?
That's awesome,
so there we go.
Making dreams come true over here. Dreams are coming true, Jeff.
Right. We made John Ramsey's dreams come true on Saturday. And we made Uno Dos's dreams out of Southeast Michigan. We made his dreams come true today. Donnie, let's get into some other things. I'm sick and tired of talking about baseball. And Donnie, the Marlins might actually not score here. They have the opportunity to win this game, but
you know what? We turn the boys on now.
Hell, I clearly just missed the contest. Michael, you're already coming, aren't you?
No, I think he said he doesn't have a pin. Oh, that's Michael Robinson. Oh, damn.
Yeah. Michael Berger, I believe, is already coming. Donnie, we have some interesting things going on in the world right now as far as in sports and in life in general. First, the news, Donnie. Big news coming out of Dallas, the Big D today. Ezekiel Elliott possibly involved in another criminal act, Donnie. This is the third stunt by this guy. What do the Cowboys need to do?
You know what's interesting about this whole story, Jeff? Which, you know, you have people on both ends of the spectrum here coming in, you know, Cowboys fans, non-Cowboys fans. What do we think happened in the situation? Now, correct me if I'm wrong here, Jeff. We've seen cops cover stuff up, hometown guys, whatever. We've even seen right here in Philadelphia, Jeff, a running back, Shady McCoy, who plays in Buffalo, but is from the Philadelphia area, crack skulls and put police officers, off-duty police officers, in the hospital, and all charges drop. Nothing comes about it. Now, Twitter accounts are popping off last night from clubs down in Dallas. Oh, my God, I just watched Zeke lay some dude out. Like, is that – and now you're saying that, oh, that's not true. And then you see the following morning the police report come out that there was a big brouhaha down there, but there were fake tweets from earlier in the night when nobody knew even what was going on. Come on, man.
Yeah, and look, to be honest, to come out and say that, you know, he was clearly involved here. I mean, if you read into this, it seems like trouble just follows this guy. And again, I mean, this is the third stunt by this guy. Not only was this the third stunt, but he was also in a medical marijuana dispensary. And look, I'm aware that medical marijuana is legal, but at the end of the day, if you're an NFL football player, it doesn't go – it's kind of like getting injured playing paintball or something. It's just something you as an organization don't want to see.
No, it's a bad look. Like, you're your own business entity at that point, Jeff. Like, Zeke Elliott has the world, you know, by the you-know-what. Great running back, making a lot of money. He's going to get endorsements out there. What's the one few things you can't do? Hey, and the Dallas Cowboys are worth more money as an overall franchise than any franchise in the world, including Real Madrid, Barcelona, Manchester United.
Right.
They give you carte blanche. Don't you remember when Des Bryant was getting in trouble? Jerry Jones literally gave him a freaking detail just to keep him out of trouble. You don't think if Zeke Elliott went to Jerry Jones like, look, you know, sometimes I like to go out to the club and I get myself in some trouble, he would litter him, Jeff, with bodyguards like Mayweather does, with a limousine service to get him to and from where he needs to be. Yet these guys still can't stay out of their own way.
Yeah, amazing how stupid some of these guys are. Really, really is. And again, this is another fuck up by this guy. And no, dog, it's not because we're whining about anyone. If you know us, we've whined about a lot of people, not just Dallas Cowboy players. So, stop with that crap.
Why I whine is because the guy's an unbelievable player. Right, why would you put yourself in that situation? Why?
Right. I agree 100%. Donnie, we have another trip to give away. How about this?
Oh, goodness.
And, you know, here's what we're going to do. I'm going to come up with a question. First person to call in on the line and answer the question is coming down, just like our friend Uno Dulce came down. And again, here are the rules. You have to be able and aware and able to go, and you have to have a passport. If you say you can come and then you don't come.
Yeah, like, be serious about it. Because if you can't come, don't call in and say, well, if I see I can go. I mean, you know, if you can scramble a couple days. We're not asking you to take off Monday through Friday on a work week. You're literally going to miss what? I mean, you could probably fly in late Thursday and fly right back home on Sunday. What are you going to miss? Maybe 1 day of work, 1.5 days of work. But again, if you're serious about coming down, it's going to be a lot of fun. And if this is something you want to participate in, you get down there for free? Oh, man, come on.
Okay, here is the question. And if you Google it, I don't care how you get it. If you know it off the top of your head, okay. Here's the question. You have to call in on the line. If you answer the question first, you're the winner. And again, first to call in. What is James St. Patrick's son's name in Power?
Oh.
Again, what is James St. Patrick's son's name in Power? That's the question. First person to call in by the end of the show wins. I mean, we have a call already, Donnie.
All right.
This guy must have been waiting and salivating to call in. So we'll see if he knows the answer right now. And, of course, people in the chat box have to be idiots and post the answer.
So, post it. Somebody call in on it. Call in. Go. Type the number in there.
Yeah, we're waiting.
Type it.
717-220-3258. I thought, again, we're trying to do a contest here. Don't say the fucking answer in the chat box. I mean, what sense is that? Kyle and Dog, stop. We're trying to do something fun.
Look, dog. Yes, get that. Dog's trying to help people get here. Maybe nobody knows it, Jeff.
Okay.
I wouldn't know it. I don't know it.
All right, well, we'll have to come up with a different question, a new question. I'm going to ask you a question, a new question.
What's my real last name? You know, you can probably find it somewhere.
Okay, let's do that. What's Donnie Rightside's what's Donnie Rightside's last name? And no, it's not Rightside.
It got leaked. It's out on the YouTube. So if you watch my video, it's on there.
Yeah, what's up, Jeff? This is Zach.
Zach, what's up?
What's up? Am I on the air?
Yes.
Zach's going to win the trip. Congratulations, Zach. Welcome to Costa Rica.
What the hell? Like you said, it's going to be a good time. They need to call in and give this answer.
Yeah, well, I don't know what the hell's going on. I think people are maybe they just don't know the answer. But again, we gave a trip away earlier. Who knows the answer? Okay. Call in. We want to get you down.
People know my name out there. Call it in. Let's go.
I'm trying to get somebody down here.
Yeah, I agree. Let's actually the Donnie Rightside question is fairly easy. Let's come up with a different one, Donnie. This is a walk in the park.
They have to see the video because my last name is on that video. That's the only way.
I'm going to open up your line again.
Thank you for calling Zach Jones, the editor-in-chief down at SBR, and he's letting people know. Call in, get this trip, and get down here.
What's up?
Great call, Zach. Thanks, buddy.
Beautiful.
All right, man. Peace.
What was Walter White's sidekick's name in Breaking Bad? Who helped him cook meth? What was his name? He was a small, short fellow. If you know his name, call in right now, and you can win the contest, Donnie. That's an easy answer, right? I mean, you know that.
I don't know
answer,
the answer.
You?
I've never watched that show.
You have to give his full first and last name. Donnie, you've never watched Breaking Bad? You got to be. Are you fucking kidding me?
I did not watch Breaking Bad.
How?
Just didn't do it, man. Just didn't do it.
Hello.
Calling to answer the question.
What's your name?
Get it, baby. What is it?
Florida, and my name on the chat box is Yamza.
Very good. Yamza, what is the answer to the question? Who is Walter White's?
Come on.
What was his first name?
Jesse.
Very good. Emza is the winner.
Let's go. Let's go, baby.
Is the winner. Emza, let me ask you a question. Very important question. Sure. Do you have a passport?
Yes, of course.
Very good. And you're free to go to the conference?
I'm free to go to the conference. I'm looking forward to it.
Very good. What I want you to do, can you reach out to Zach Jones, the editor-in-chief? Do you know who he is?
Yes, sir.
Very good. Get in contact with him, and you're the winner. Let us know, though, who put you down at Costa Rica? Who did that for you?
Who did that? Well, SBR, the Right Side of Campus show.
Thank you.
The big man on campus, Donnie Rightside. All you people there. Everybody in the chat box put me down there. Been super.
I can't wait.
Love it. Emza, you're the best. Get in touch with Zach Jones, and you are a winner.
Yes. Oh, yeah.
Costa Rica.
Hey, big.
Yes.
Tell Donnie, great job on the Detroit game, reading that line. I think you guys should talk more about reverse line movement and math. Okay.
Well, what we'll do tomorrow, if you listen to the Right Side of Canvas, Donnie Rightside, you can cook something up with that, can't you?
What's that? On what we can do with
he wants to hear about a little bit more math and
false flags, baby. False flags. He wants false flags.
False flags, correct.
Yes.
So we'll cook that up. Thank you for the advice. We'll get that going, Emza. Thank you.
All right, man. Thank you for the show. It's great.
Thank you, buddy. We'll talk to you down in Costa Rica. See you later.
You got it.
Bye-bye. Very good. He was, Donnie, actually actively calling. He happened to be twice calling in when other people were on the line. So, Emza, you are the winner. Yes. 2 winners today, Donnie. Emza and Uno Dos. How about that? So, you agree. Ezekiel Elliott should be suspended. For how long?
But see, here's the funny thing about that, though, Jeff. I don't know how long, because we've been hearing about Zeke Elliott for, 6 months? The NFL is investigating him for domestic violence stuff. I mean, what's the deal? Like, honest to God. 1, 2 games, 3 games, but they've been sniffing around Zeke Elliott for a long time now, and this might just be that icing on the cake type stuff.
Yeah, I get the feeling it's 2 or 3 games, I would think. And they better hope that he doesn't get suspended, because they have a pretty tough start to the season.
Giant game right off the bat. You can't blow that. I mean, that's a huge game to win. You got the Giants at home. You got to take care of that business. Seems like the Giants play the Giants play at the Cowboys every home opener, it seems.
Yeah, it does seem like that, doesn't it?
What about that?
Does anyone buy Jeff or Donnie's premium players? Yeah, several people on here do, I believe.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm sure they'll tell you that they do. Donnie, also, I wanted to bring this up. Very sad story. Another cowboy being involved with the news today. And I don't know how many people heard about
What?
this,
What do
but
we
it's
got?
pretty sad, I think. You know who Lucky Whitehead is, right?
I do know Lucky Whitehead, yes. Little guy, little kick returner.
His prized pit bull has been stolen and is being asked for ransom. I guess someone stole – beautiful dog, beautiful pit bull dog, a blue pit. The dog was stolen from his home, and someone called him demanding a ransom of $10,000 to get the dog back.
That's not cool. I mean, anybody owns pets out there, you know, cats, dogs, whatever. They're family members, man. That's not cool.
Yeah, and a very sad story. I mean, again, we all know that unfortunately pit bulls are wanted for fighting and things of that nature, but a very scumbag move to do this. Look, Lucky Whitehead is a rich man. He's not a multimillionaire, though. $10,000 is his signing bonus, Donnie.
Sure.
I don't know if you know that, but he was only paid $10,000 in his signing bonus. I guess in the key word for us, $600,000 a year is pretty damn good. But again, he's an unrestricted free agent next year. He gets a dog, and I guess from what I understand, the dog was pretty close to this dog. And look, I know from experience, Donnie, my sister bought a dog about a year ago, and she acts like the dog's her kid. I mean, it's amazing.
It's 100%. 100%. I grew up with a dog. I have a dog now. Also have 2 cats that I rescued. They're family, man. You ride or die with them.
Yeah, I don't have any pets, but I when I was younger we did, and you know it's definitely a shame. I mean, there's a fine line between like you mess with someone, you don't like someone, that's fine, but when you start messing with people's kids and pets and things like that, it's just it's too much. But hopefully they find this dog, and beautiful dog too. I saw the dog, very very good looking dog. It's a shame that that's happened, but a tough day. If you're a Cowboy fan, some scary things going on down there. Donnie, I do wonder, though, about this story. It's very odd. I guess Whitehead was on vacation, and he had the dog.
Somebody?
Yeah, he left the dog with a friend of his, and the friend acted fairly odd when asked about where the dog was. He acted like,
Jeez.
hey, did you come and pick the dog up? Or, again, I don't know the friend, and I don't know who it was, but very odd for sure. Donnie, another story that has gained national news today, which it's not really sports related, but it is something that I know. I grew up on him. You grew up on him. R. Kelly, and this news coming out about him. And look,
I remember
when
R. Kelly back in the early 2000s with him and his 13, 14, 15-year-old girlfriend, so to speak, back then.
And again, I've read into this story a little bit, and it's fairly ridiculous. I mean, supposedly he has multiple women involved in some sort of sex cult. They live in homes owned by him, and he controls every aspect of their daily lives. They begin a sexual relationship, calling him daddy, and ask permission to leave rooms. He also films the sexual encounters, and you have to ask for food and to go to the bathroom. So basically, you're in prison, and you're a sex slave to R. Kelly, who, look, I got to be honest, R. Kelly is a danger to society. I don't know why he's allowed to walk freely around.
Money. He's got money, or he had money anyway. I know a lot of his stuff got foreclosed on recently, or the past couple of years.
Again, I mean, when you look at a criminal, are they a danger to society? And that's clearly, I mean, again, this is a guy who had 14 charges of child porn in 2008, or where he was acquitted of, which, I mean, again, was that because he was famous or what? But this guy's a clear threat to society, Donnie. I mean, is he not?
He's always been. He's been on. Do you remember when he had a video come out like in the early 2000s, and he just claimed it wasn't him when it clearly was him, and that was all. I didn't know these girls were 14 or 15. They got in the club and all this nonsense stuff. Now he's had a track record, and people like that, Jeff, they don't only do it once, so it's no surprise that it's 15 years later and he's still up to it. So
I also read that in the story that R. Kelly had cell phones that were outfitted only to be communicated with him. How do you do that? How do you do that?
Maybe it only calls him.
Yeah. How's that? How do you get a phone? How do you get a phone like that?
I don't know. He's always been a lunatic like that. Great song maker back in the day, but yeah, nah.
His lawyer, Linda Metch, defended the singer as a great artist who takes care of all the people in his life. Like all of us, she added, Mr. Kelly deserves a personal life. All right. So much for that. Probably not a lawyer that I would continue to have. She said things like that. R. Kelly's a whack job. Yes, he is, and he's a child pedophile, and he should be put in jail for a long period of time. He clearly has sexual problems and is again danger to society. Donnie, anything else that caught your eye today in the world of sports?
No, not really. I mean, not too much going on other than my 4-hour dentist appointment today. Which
how'd that go?
Up for a long time. Yeah, it was. I mean, it was anticipated. I was just supposed to go in, get a root canal finished and the crown put on top. They make the crown actually in the dentist's office now with what they have. So they make it, takes about a half hour, bake it, do whatever the hell they were doing to it. So the guy comes back in the room. He's just about to fix it up, put it on, and it cracks. So they got to go do it again. So it was a lot of fun just hanging out there with a numb mouth and surfing on my phone for a couple hours.
Yeah, teeth are not to be fucked around with, Donnie.
Yeah, gotta keep careful.
Al Pacino, I believe, Donnie, is going to play Joe Paterno in an upcoming movie. He looks just like
picture. He does. He really does.
If you write a picture,
now again, do we like? Is there a calling for this movie? Like, what was there? Like, we have to make a movie out of this. And what is the point of this movie? Explain it. Are you gonna wait in line to see this in the movies?
Yeah, I wouldn't. But again, I mean, I guess. Yeah, I don't understand this either. I don't really get why.
I mean, maybe if it was like, in 5 years they made like a Lifetime movie where it was like real cheesy. But the point of like getting a blockbuster actor and like is it going to be called like, oh man, I wonder how the story ends? What's the point of it?
Yeah, and again, I don't know how they'll get around the Jerry Sandusky stuff. I mean, you're going to have to put that on the big screen, aren't you? If you involve that in this movie, or you have a movie about Joe Paterno. I mean, are we agreeing with that?
No, that's what I don't even understand the concept of it. I don't.
Yeah, I have to read it into it a little bit more, but it doesn't make a lot of sense for sure. Donnie, a lot going on though, and again, also, what did you think about the? Obviously, we all know the McGregor-Mayweather press conferences were ridiculous, but what were your thoughts on the use of the word, the gay use of the word faggot, Donnie?
Now, see. Again, I'm an 80s, 90s kid growing up, and that word was thrown around a lot on the playground with your friends, in sporting events. And I know it's different today. It's so much more PC, all that stuff. I get it, but we never used it as a term. Because I believe it was who was the manager of the White Sox that used it, and he was saying, I'm Cuban,
Freddie Gonzalez.
No, not Freddie Gonzalez. The crazy guy. He won a World Series. Somebody knows him. And he was the Marlins manager and got fired.
Leland.
No, he's a Cuban guy. He's a Spanish guy. Somebody hold. I'm gonna wait till somebody says it out here in a second. There in the thing. Great. He was a great manager. Hilarious. Like he's a guy who rode or die supposedly with you in the dugout. Well, whatever. But like that term wasn't really meant as a gay slur back then.
Yeah. Again, no, it's just something that. On the level of where
good call, Joe. Thank you.
You can't. I mean, you can't bring that up. I mean, again, call him any name in the book, but I'm not sure you can call him that.
No, you can't. Now, again, it all gets back to you have to be smarter than that on the national stage. You're not with your boys. You're not just, playing 2K side by side and calling each other, different slurs or whatever in the privacy of your own home. You're in a camera with millions of people watching, knowing that is a trigger word that people are going to have a problem with. Just dumb. That's just stupidity.
Yeah, agreed. Question here. Where are we at here? Best athlete in a movie acting role. Wow. Marlon just walked it off, by the way.
Good.
Best athlete in a movie acting role.
What do you mean best? Best like real athlete? I guess an athlete that played an athlete.
I guess an athlete that made a move into the acting world.
I mean, I guess The Rock, you would say, right?
I guess if you consider him an athlete, he'd have to be the guy. Michael Jordan wasn't that bad in Space Jam. I don't think.
Okay. Well, I'm going to hate on Jordan any chance I get. So
I didn't think he was that bad.
What about LeBron? LeBron was supposed to be good in that one comedy, wasn't he?
I don't remember him in any movies.
Yeah, he was with the girl that's always on getting herself in a mess. Now I don't know her name.
Yeah, I don't even remember that.
Somebody out there's gonna get it.
I'll say Michael Jordan, Space Jam. I thought he was fantastic. Yeah, Ray Allen was good, and that's a good point. Good point there.
Ellsworth?
Yeah, right. All right, guys, that's going to be it. Thank you to the two guys that called in. Great stuff. you are the winner of the trip. Emza and Uno Dulce are winners. We'll have to make sure they get in touch with Zach Jones down at out at SBR. We'll look forward to seeing them. Donnie, any final words here before we go?
No, it's Monday night, and tomorrow, Tuesday, 12:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, Major League Baseball, me and the big man going to be cracking it down again, and then we'll be on once again together on the late night of campus. But no, we're going to relax, enjoy the night. I love the fact that we can give out some of these prizes out here on the box and head down because, again, a lot of fun is going to be had. There's no pressure down there. Nobody's trying to sell you anything. Let's just relax, have fun, and let's gamble on some sports.
Yeah, thanks, so. We'll be back tomorrow, 12:30 Eastern, where we break down the entire baseball card. We'll see you tomorrow, 12:30 here at SBR Sports Fix and SBR Forum.
See you, folks.